Well, we are talking about encouraging and empowering our youth and our young adults, and especially our adults in that whole 20 to 30 range. That right now, there's so much going on right now in terms of them being kind of urged in what to do, what to look for. And we have someone here. Her name is Jazmine. She's an R&B singer, and she is busting all of those myths and shattering all of those stereotypes. She has a new song and video out right now called Money and Cars. Now, when you first hear the title, you would think, oh, it's the same old, but it's actually not. It is the exact opposite. She is letting us women know, especially the younger African American ladies know, don't fall for the same old okey doke. Let's go ahead and do some empowerment here and empower ourselves. So today I am very honored and very pleased to speak with the one and only Jazmine. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Jasmine. Hi. How are you today?
I am great. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about you're not brand new in this entertainment business. You've been around quite a while, not only just in music, but in film too. Tell us a little bit more about your background and how you started.
Well, when I was a no, when I was a little girl, about 3 years old, my mother noticed my love for arts and dancing and singing, and she put me in all the things that you can put a child in. Child.
Mhm.
She put me in the acting, in the dance classes, gymnastics, vocal lessons, certain things to build up my craft, and essentially that led me to performing. Around Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I'm from, specifically McDonough, Georgia.
Okay,
I gotta
thank you.
clarify that now. Gotta clarify that nowadays. Um, and yeah, that went from small concerts to performing at schools to then, theaters and all around Atlanta. And I will say one big significant marker was dance was really, kind of spearheading my performance online and stuff is like how I got a lot of my audience. So I was heavy in dancing when the Great Escape tour, the reunion tour that Escape was doing came around.
Yeah.
Tamar was putting together her background dancers, and she came to me like, "Hey, I want you, to get a few of your girls, and then y'all can boom in the back of me." And I was like, "Okay." So we went on tour and just traveling the United States and going to a couple different countries, like it was amazing. And then later I got to also dance behind Escape. And yeah, that was a lot of my journey smushed into a few sentences, but throughout that I was obviously releasing music and doing all the things. And I was so inspired though from touring that I ended up moving to Los Angeles to kind of double down on everything that I was doing with acting and music.
Mhm.
And that's where I'm residing now.
Like you said, that's the short, condensed version, right?
A
Rather
lot of
than.
drama in between, but
Now, about that though, tell us because there's so many opportunities, way more opportunities to get noticed now, of course, than there were, back when you started. So tell us just through your time frame, especially, like you said, the touring with Escape, the decision to move to LA. What was that like for you emotionally? Like, what were you going through?
I was going through every emotion that a young adult could possibly go through. My life was falling in and apart and coming together at the same time, for sure. Um, it was a lot of things happening in my life at that time before moving. I had gotten into a car accident,
Oh
and
no.
and I came out completely safe. But
Mhm.
I would say the idea of knowing that like that's all my life was going to amount to, had something tragic happen, just really shook me to my core to the point where I was
Mm.
like, this year coming up, we were coming into 2019, 2019, I believe. And I was like, I'm going to do everything I always wanted to do ever, and that included, you know, uh, traveling to LA initially. It wasn't a move, but once I got here and I was in the wind of things, I was like, oh, I'm moving. So I went back to Atlanta and got my car and drove here cross country. Like, it was a thrill ride. And I feel like God was just like giving me just enough to make it to the next like season. So it was really, really, it was a lot, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yes, and thank you for sharing that. I wanted you to share that because not only do I have two young ladies actually, two young beautiful daughters. One's 28, one's 20, and they're going through that whole young adult stage as well. But also, our audience targets a lot of young adults who are in that phase of, should I? What is my passion? What am I called to do? How should I go forward? Should I take that leap of faith and, go to another state or try out for something? So I want you to share that so that way we can encourage and empower young adults such as yourself to know that anything is possible if they just, have faith in themselves and reach out and take that leap of faith and do those things. Now, you talked about your love for dancing. I know all about that. I can definitely feel for your mom. My 20-year-old daughter loves to dance. I did the same thing, put her in all the things. She still dances now. Tell us what drew you to dancing.
I wouldn't say it was a particular thing that drove me to dancing outside of the other things. Probably the community, really. I'm like, at that time, throughout my teens, I'm getting checked out of school a lot. And so, so I clinged on to anything that felt like school. And that was dance class. That was the kids in dance class. So I think environments and teachers was really imperative. And my mom was always very particular about who she let, teach me. Um, so I think that definitely had a lot to do with me following and pursuing one particular thing more than the other. But they were all, coexisting.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely, for sure. Now that passion for dancing led you to this phenomenal video that you have just done. Um, your dance, and this is me saying this, watching the video, you are right up there with the legendary dancers like, Sierra and Janet Jackson and, those
They're my
people who.
biggest inspiration, so I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Phenomenal video, phenomenally directed. I love your message. Tell us more about the song and what inspired you to not only write and record the song, but also to do the video in the way that you did.
Um, so a lot of my recording sessions are like therapeutic. I remember I was recording with Gordy Max, and I started off and I was like, I can't stand guys that think like certain things are going to impress me, and it's just not doing it for you, girl. And I'm rambling, and he's like, that's a good idea. So he's pulling up beats and, trying out different music. And, eventually throughout the night, we come up with this song, Money in Cars. And I remember listening back to it the next day, and I was like, that was good. Hold on. So we move on. And a friend of mine came to me that I met through my roommate. And she was like, I want to film a music video for you. I want to get more into directing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, of course. She brought the concept of the Bridgerton themed, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I knew, I was like, this is gold. Like, she was like, we're going to reverse the roles. Like, the women are going to choose, which suitors are best for them. And it was just magical for that moment. And then months went by of us pitching, because we knew we wanted to partner with a brand to have this vision come to life. And it was hard at first. It was very
Mm,
hard. Months went by, even to the point where I was like, I think I'm gonna just release the song, you know, to help with the snowball effect of this. Like maybe people
mm,
knew like the song was coming out
yeah.
or it's out, you know, they would attach themselves to what we're doing. Like, I think
Mm,
it's really, really good. And I was believing in God that He was going to make this happen because it was so many creatives a part of this
mm,
by this time.
mm.
And I honestly would say from that moment, 8 months went by
Wow.
and to the point where we're in
Wow.
December last year.
Yeah.
And we're looking at each other like, I don't know. And
Right.
we can't bring this into 2022. So, um, one of the last emails that we got back was from Pinterest.
Mhm.
And they were like, you know, we're interested. Let's circle back around in the new year. So I'm hyped throughout Christmas break. And I'm ecstatic. I'm like, they're gonna love it, and I could do this. You know, I felt
Yeah.
so prepared for anything, and I was game for anything. And throughout meetings and preparation, a lot of pre-production started at the top of the year. And Pinterest was like, we're definitely 100% on board with this. Um, and I was so happy. You know, I got to pick the choreographers that I have worked with, dancers and friends, like to do my hair and makeup. Like it was so magical. The music video came out. Netflix retweeted it on their Strong Black Lead page.
Mm.
Bridgerton, the Instagram reposted it. Like it's been such a blessing for
Yeah,
sure.
yes, absolutely. And the partnership with Pinterest is just a testament to, like you said, you having faith and believing that, the best is going to come from, what your work and what you put into it. Like you said, you was in that holding period of 8 months. That's a long time. So for you to keep right, so for you to keep the faith and keep believing that, hey, something's going to come out of this and the best is going to come out of this. And look at what happened. You got to um, pick everyone who, pick your friends and have them involved. And now you have Bridgerton who retweeted, like you said, they're sharing it. Netflix is sharing it. It is
My
actually,
mom did the outfits. It was so cool. She
okay,
literally hand sewed all the outfits.
okay, Miss Tina. I love Miss Tina moment there. But yes, it's just, and like you said, the strong black lead. That's what you're representing in this song and in this video, and that message to let these young ladies know. And I say it that way, these young ladies, because me having two daughters is how I talk. These young ladies out here, but but to let them know, yes, you hold the power. You own the
Yeah.
power. Don't let someone who, is thinking, hey, I have a flashy car, I have this, I have that. Don't fall for that, because all of that stuff is surface level and we need to start looking long term. I love the collaboration in the song too, as well. Those verses are just fire. I was like, yes, yes. Like, what was this type of, where was this type of music? When I was in my 20s, we needed to hear that. We need to hear that instead of creep, right? But TLC. No shade, no shade to creep, no shade to TLC, but yes, it's just empowering and inspiring to women and men, and to let men know, hey, step your game up. This is,
Yeah.
like you said, this is 2022. We're not falling for the okey doke anymore. You need to come with something a little better. There's tons of of examples out here for you to go by, and your video has been added to that list of what to go by in terms of a model for women, a model for men. Just beautiful. Even the colors in the video, all of the artistry, like you said, the costumes, everything, how it was directed. It's just a beautifully done video and beautifully done song. I absolutely love it. Your voice is phenomenal on it, and it radiates strength. it radiates strength, it radiates power, it radiates that black girl magic that we need so much right now, more than ever, with everything that's going on in 2022. So thank you for putting this out, and just thank you for putting this out, and thank you for sharing it. Now, tell us also, what is next for you? What do you have on the horizon?
One exciting thing was while I was, while we're pre-planning for the music video, I was also in the middle of shooting and filming a TV show
Oh,
for
okay.
the first TV show that I've been able to be a part of. That's a part of a significant network on BET Plus, and it's called
Wow.
The Family Business. And I'm
Yes.
very excited. So I don't have a release date for it yet. We just finished filming last week, but I'm super excited to see like what that looks like and to just go from set to set to set to set. Which brings me to, I keep telling everyone that my video was actually my audition to be a part of Bridgerton season 4. I feel like they're already shooting season 3, so I'm gonna just say season 4 to
Yes,
give
we're
them
going to speak it
time to
into
break
existence
in.
for you. We're going to speak it into existence for you.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing clearly. And more music, of course. More music.
Absolutely. When Netflix, you hear it right here, okay? Put her in season 4. We want to see her in season 4. We should do a social media campaign. Get Jazmine in season
I'm
4
listen. I'm already
immediately
on
when
it.
you start. Yes, when you start shooting. I absolutely love it. Well, tell us. I have one more thing for you. If you could give any words of advice or any words of encouragement, inspiration to women your age, particularly African American women your age, what would it be?
I say this first just as a layer, the first layer. I always say like my advice is to stop taking advice because you know what you need to do, girl. But but besides that, because I do feel like a lot of times we do know what needs to be done. It's a
Hmm.
matter of having either the faith, the courage, or the consistency to do it.
Yeah.
But with that, I would say also just ask. This is gonna sound so deep, but like ask God for the strength and to do those things that you know you need to do.
Mm.
Like it was so imperative for me to stay within a pace of grace.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like not
Yes.
overexert myself
Yes.
in a hustle culture,
Yes.
and also to not be too relaxed to where I'm not seeing things through. Like staying in the pace of grace is really divine. So I
Yes.
think that's where I hear God the most. I think that's where my best ideas and songs come from. Like
Mm.
it's a beautiful thing. So if anything, I say seek that, and by doing practical, simple things like meditating or
Mm.
running or whatever it is, whatever your thing is, like or trying something new. So that's my secondary advice.
I love that. And you can apply that to, like you said, every area of your life, even when
Yeah.
it comes to pursuing your goals. I mean, look at you. You know, you toured with Xscape. You have a collaboration with Pinterest that is blowing up everywhere. You're starring in on the new TV show. All of these things are they came to be because of what you just said, the practices that you have done, and you hold fast to that and not fall victim, as you said, to what society is, trying to rush and trying to tell you, what to do and what not to do. So
And I say that because I've rushed and I've gotten it wrong so many times.
yeah, haven't we
Yes, this
all?
Pinterest. I'm like, I don't want to mislead you that this Pinterest
Right.
thing was definitely God. It was definitely a miracle. It took a long time,
Yeah.
but I've gotten it wrong. Like, it's taking a long time for other things,
Hmm.
to happen
Hmm.
simply because I was getting it wrong.
Yeah.
But and some things are divine, but some things are just you, like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it takes practice, like to
Right.
find that space.
Right. And I always say, don't step in God's way.
Yeah.
you know. Every time we step in God's way, like you said, he's like, okay, I'm trying to do this, and you're
Yeah,
getting in
it's
the
ghetto.
way. So the moment you get out the
So
way, I can do
ghetto.
my thing. And once we get there and we see it, it's like, oh, this is why you had me wait. This is why, I had to do certain things a certain way. So, yes, absolutely. You are a shining example of all of that. So, thank you for being that beacon of light that young women need to see right now, especially right now. And last but not least, Jazmine, let everyone know, where can people find you online? Where can they keep up with you and all the latest that you have going on?
Well, I have a sad obsession that I have to talk to my therapist about to Instagram.
Yes. Little raise hand.
She stays paid. So you can find me there. And obviously TikTok and YouTube. I started vlogging not probably 6, 8 months ago, and I'm very transparent and open about a lot of my life here in LA, traveling back and forth to Atlanta, just my jobs in general. So you can find me there if you're a vloggy vlog kind of girl. And yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And as she said, you can find her everywhere on social media at Jazmine. Please check out the video Money and Cars. Phenomenal. Okay. Um, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, because this is really my personal thought of it. When I saw it, I know people had a lot to say about, and Brown Skin Girl was beautiful by Beyonce, but her video, Jasmine's video, Money and Cars, takes it to a whole nother level. Like, she superseded what you're seeing in that video. So please check it out. It's on YouTube. We're going to also link it on our website. We're going to link it on our YouTube as well. Check Jazmine out online everywhere. Download the song, purchase the song Money and Cars, play it, share it with your friends. And yeah, keep in touch with Jazmine, everything she's going on that she has going on in the months to come. And we want to thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing everything that you've shared, your journey and this new music, new video. And we wish you the very best with the upcoming TV show and all of your other future projects. Thank you for being that beacon.
I appreciate you.